Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Wambo here, and guys, today I want to show you how to make a pumpkin with potatoes, and then I will serve with liver stew. So I'll show you guys my grocery, my small grocery. Here I have the capsicum. I bought it 10 Kenyan shillings, and the tomatoes, 3 going for 20 Kenyan shillings. So for this one I bought 40 Kenyan shillings. And I have my pumpkin here, the small one. We can call them squash. I bought each 50 Kenyan shillings. And I have my parsley here and my potatoes, and I have my liver inside here. So guys, in total I spent around 250 Kenyan shillings. So let's start. I'll peel my potatoes first, and then I'll show you how I make my squash. Because most of the time when you're removing the skin, okay, for the squash is soft, but the big pumpkin, the skin is a bit hard, and you can be able to maybe cut yourself or injure yourself when you're peeling the pumpkin or the squash. There's another way I want to show you how it's easy and you cannot be able to harm yourself. Come with me and I will peel my potatoes. So guys, I'll peel my potatoes. So make sure your potatoes are big, mostly the big potatoes, or they are round. Don't cut them. So I'll finish doing this and then I'll show you my final results. So guys, I've peeled my potatoes, as you can see, and then I've washed my squash. I've removed the inside. This is the inside. And what I wanted to tell you guys is, don't throw the seeds inside your squash or pumpkin. Don't throw your seeds inside your pumpkin or squash. They are very good in magnesium, and I will show you how to roast them. So I've already prepared everything that I need. I need parsley. I need white onion. I'm using white onion for my liver stew. I have ginger. I have tomato. I'll use aubergine, 1 aubergine. I have capsicum, and I have 1 tomato. So meanwhile, I'll be able to show you how I do my squash or pumpkin in an easy way, so you don't injure yourself when you're peeling. So come with me guys. So this is what I normally do. So I have my pot here. I've put water, and so I'll be able to dip my squash inside. So I'll dip my squash inside the pot, and I will let it boil to make it soft. Guys, I'll let my squash boil, and after boiling it will be soft, and I'll be able to remove it, and I'll show you how I'll mash it with my potatoes. Meanwhile, I'll be preparing my vegetables here. So I'll be cutting them. And then I also had liver. I'll show you how to make liver and be tasty. Liver, beef liver. So meanwhile guys, while my squash is boiling, I'll be able to cut my onion. I mentioned earlier, I'm using white onion or sweet onion to make my stew, beef stew. And I love to use white onion, especially when I'm making my liver. Okay, you can use either. You can use the red onion or you can use the white onion. But remember, the white onion is a bit sweet. So this is my ginger. So it's very convenient for you to do your preparation when you're cooking. That we call in kitchen mise en place. You have to prepare so it can be easy for you to cook. So this is how I do it, guys. This is a good meal and it's very healthy. It's better you change, rather than eating all the time ugali and sukuma wiki. Try to change and try different food, how you can make different food even for your family, so they cannot get bored, or even they get bored with ugali and sukuma wiki. You can try to cook for them such a meal. If you have spices, you also remember to put your spices. So my aubergine, I'll cut it later, because normally when you cut it before, it changed the color. You can see also it started changing the color. So I'll use it the last, or whenever I need it to cook. Then I'll cut my parsley, or we call it in Swahili dania. Nitakata dania yangu, and most of the time for me, the sticks are very important for me whenever I'm making my stew. So this is the stick. I'll put it aside. And then for the leaves, I'll add later when my stew is almost. So I'll put my parsley here. And now everything is ready, guys. Everything is ready and I'm ready to cook. So I'll show you the next step, guys. So my pumpkin or my squash is boiling. So I'll be able to remove it out now and I'll show you what to do next. And so this is how soft it should be. So I have boiled and I will be able to pour the water. And now I'll boil my potatoes. I had washed earlier. And so I'll put my potatoes and water here. And then I'll add salt. Don't put too much water. So now I'll be able to boil my potatoes and add my squash. So we will check the potatoes. So the potatoes, you need to check if they are well done. You can use a knife or sharp object. Yes, so my potatoes are about. So when your potatoes are about to be done, what I have done, I have peeled my squash. You need to let it cool down and then you remove the skin. So now I'm going to dip inside with the potatoes and the rest water will be able to cook completely together with the potatoes. So you can either put when it's full like this or you can cut it. So for me, I'll just cut it because the potatoes are already done. So I will be able to cover it and let the water evaporate completely. Remember not to put too much water, because when you put too much water, your meal will be very soft. So let the potatoes and squash cook and then I'll show you the next step. So guys, my pumpkin and potatoes are ready, as you can see. And now I'll be able, you can add margarine or you can put butter, whatever you have in your home. And then I'll be able to mash them. Actually, so I normally love mashing with this one. It's more faster. make sure you mash until it's fine, but don't mash again so much. Then meanwhile I'm boiling my liver. So as you can see here, I'm boiling my beef liver. And so I'll let it cook. I'll boil until the water evaporates completely. So meanwhile, we'll see my mashing. So guys, remember you have to be fast when it's hot so it can mash well. So there's one thing I want to remind you guys. When you're boiling your liver, you need to add lemon juice, fresh lemon, you squeeze on it, or you can add a little bit of vinegar if you don't like the smell. And then the smell will go away. And so guys, this is how my mashed pumpkin and potatoes look like. You need to use a wooden spoon, much better for you. So guys, this is my mashed pumpkin and potatoes, and so I'll be able to cover it, and meanwhile we are cooking the liver, and I will show you how I will serve it. So guys, my liver, the water evaporated completely. I have added oil, and I have added my spices as well. Make sure you reduce your fire. Let it cook slowly, and I will add my white onions. And my ginger at the same time. And then I'll mix it. So I will add more oil. Then I will add my tomato and capsicum and the stick for the parsley. You remember before I cut the sticks? So I'll put all together. Tomatoes and capsicum. Then I will mix it and I'll let it cook. And then we'll come back, so I'll cover it and let it cook. So now we'll check my liver if it's ready. As you can see, guys, it's looking so yummy. That's how it looks like. And then I'll be able to add my capsicum, my parsley and aubergine. And then I'll mix it. Then I'll add a little bit of water to make it a stew, and it will be ready to serve with my pumpkin. Meal is ready now. I'll be able to show you how my stew looks like. Are you ready, guys, to serve? This is how my stew looks like. So I'll serve and I will show you guys. So I'll take my pumpkin, mashed pumpkin and potatoes. So you can try different ways of cooking food in such a way your family may be able to enjoy it. I love pumpkin, and that's why I wanted to show you how I cook it. Meanwhile, I'll show you guys. Meanwhile, I've been warming my pan. You remember the pumpkin seeds I told you before? And then I'll put on my pan. I washed them already. You don't have to cook if you have little like this, you don't have to cook it. You can keep collecting your seeds until they are many. So make sure you regulate your fire. So I've just added a little margarine, and now I'll spread it. Make sure you regulate your fire. Your fire should be low, and then you will add salt and let it roast it. So I'll serve my stew. And guys, this is my final touch. This is my final touch of mashed pumpkins with stew or beef liver stew. Wow, guys, make sure you try this recipe at home. It is really, really tasty. Wow. Mwah. Thank you. So guys, my pumpkin seeds are ready. How do you know they're ready? They will start being dry. They'll get dry and they'll start turning like golden brown. Don't let them burn. And you'll see some seeds starting to pop up like popcorns. That is the time you have to remove your seeds from fire. So this is how they look like. I'll be able to put on my plate here. I hope you can see me, guys. And so this is how it looks like. They're crispy and they look good. So you let it cool completely and then you can be able to eat it as a snack. Very nice. So I want to say thank you guys for watching. Bye.